Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. For today's pick a card or pick a butterfly reading, we are asking Spirit what blessing is coming your way next. So you can take your time to decide on a group, and then as usual just check the description box down below for the timestamps, and then let's see what blessing is on its way for you guys. Hello and welcome everyone who picked group number 1. So you guys chose the first butterfly, and today we are asking Spirit what blessing is coming your way. So I'm just going to put this aside for now. Okay, so to begin, I'm just going to get some cards from the Sacred Destiny Oracle to get a general idea of what this blessing is. So let's see here. Spirit, for group number 1, please. What is this blessing that is coming their way? Okay, that's too many cards. Just one, please. Okay, we have potential. Interesting, okay. And we have a volcano on here that is kind of erupting here. So it could be that you are growing an idea. But we'll see. I want to get one more card. So Spirit, one more card for group number 1, please. What is the next blessing coming their way? Okay, we got 2. We have purity. And we have fulfillment. Okay. And at the back of the deck I saw we have the card security, and it has like these, it almost look like rock paintings, you know, in caves. So it makes me think of family heritage and something like that. So what I'm seeing here is that there's something that you guys are growing. So it is some type of project or an idea, or it's like a business that has a lot of potential. So it could be something that you have been planning for a very long time. It could even be like a family business that you want to renovate or change in a way. If I think about this purity card, it could be like a restructuring. And it is something with this next blessing that is going to come to fulfillment, so to fruition. So it could be that you have been working on this for a long time and maybe not seeing that many rewards coming your way. So putting in a lot of hours or effort, but not reaping the benefits yet. And so with this just hold on. Sorry, I just closed the windows because the birds are screaming again outside. Anyway, so with this next blessing, this thing that you have been working on for a very long time is finally going to be rewarding you in some way. Now, it could be in terms of like financial compensation, but it could even be just some type of emotional fulfillment. So maybe you had like a milestone that you had to reach, and this next blessing is going to be reaching that milestone. So, for example, you wanted a certain type of salary for yourself that you could get by working as an entrepreneur, or maybe if this is a family business, you wanted a certain amount of clients, and this blessing is reaching that goal. Now with purity, you know, it's like taking away the bad stuff. So it could even be that you are moving into this new phase or reaching this milestone, and a lot of like bad influences or bad things in your life will fall away. If I think about the security card as well, it could be that you are paying off some debts. So maybe you took out a loan to be able to grow this business, and now since it's starting to benefit you financially, you are finally able to pay off those debts. Now this doesn't have to talk about a business. It can even talk about like graduating or finishing some type of course or something. But really the idea of you were at a starting point, and this blessing is being able to finish this, and even with this purity card, take some stress away from your life and really experience like a lot of fulfillment. So it's really a journey that is being depicted here, and I think you guys will be very blessed in terms of the result of that journey. So you'll be rewarded for pushing through and staying determined. And with the security, that idea of family again, I think your family will be very proud of you as well. Or even if it's not like blood family, I think the people in your inner circle will be very proud of you, and I think they will see that this blessing is well deserved. So for example, if it is financial compensation due to your own business, they were the ones that saw how many hours you put in and how hard you worked. So you guys can really give yourself a pat on the back if this is your scenario. But definitely this idea of transforming something from a beginning stage to a complete whole thing that really offers a lot of results. And with this purity card, this white wolf has like 2 different colored eyes, so it's something unique as well. And I think it's something where you can really show your own skills and your own unique potential. So once again, the business example, it could be something that is quite like a trend-setting idea. I think of Aquarius energy with this, so something that hasn't really been done before, and that's also why you will be blessed in this regard, because you will stand out. And I think it's something that was guided by your intuition as well, with this moon on here. And it's almost like it will bring new light to your life. If I think about all of this white imagery on here, it's like it will purify your life in a way when it comes to fruition, because it's something that brings you a lot of joy as well. It's not something that weighs you down, even though you had to put in a lot of work. It was like out of love or for the cause. And if it is like a family business as well, I think it's something that you really want to pour all of your energy into, and you almost want to leave a legacy. It's maybe even something that you want to leave to your own children one day. You know, if I think about cave paintings, that's something that you see thousands of years later, and you think of all of those people that were there. So it's really like you guys will leave footprints or something behind for a lot of generations to experience. So it can even be like writing a novel or art or something, just something that has longevity, that isn't just instant gratification. And that's especially why we have the potential card, because potential talks about something that could grow into something bigger, but it really depends on you to put in the effort. And it's not something that is just there. So I hope this makes sense, but really what it's saying is that this blessing will be a reward for your hard work. So I want to get more detail about this. I'm going to use the Tarot of Mystical Moments. So Spirit, I'm actually just gonna put this here so we have some more space. Okay, Spirit, for group number 1, please, can you give us some more information about this blessing? Will it be financial? Will it be like some extra friends, acquaintances? What will it be in terms of this project that is coming to fruition? We have the 10 of Swords. I'm actually going to take the cards upright today. We have the 2 of Swords. Okay. Let's see, 1 or 2 more here, please, Spirit. Okay, we have 9 of Wands. I definitely get a strong sense that right now you guys are quite anxious and maybe overworked. And maybe you you don't imagine that this blessing is coming your way. So maybe you aren't seeing the light at the end of the tunnel. Okay, let's get 1 more here. 1 more, please, Spirit, for group number 1. Okay, we have Temperance. Definitely linking in with that potential card. So this is something that has come a long way, and it could be that you are losing a bit of patience, but as I mentioned, you guys will be rewarded for that. And we have a lot of white birds on here, so linking in with this white wolf, that idea of calmness, really. So your life will purify in terms of stress, as I said. Let's get some clarifiers here. We have King of Swords. We have, what's this? The Moon. Okay, we have the Emperor, and this is the female Emperor. So I feel like you guys are moving into a very balanced phase in your life. Let's see 1 more, please. We have Queen of Pentacles. Okay, this is very good. And the back of the deck is the 2 of Cups. I'm actually going to put this here. So, pile number 1. As I said, you guys were in this very anxious energy. You know, with the Ten of Swords here, and I think with the King of Swords you were really almost considering leaving this whole idea. It's interesting, we have all of these needles poking ahead and then this one big needle here. And I almost think of like, you know, when you have like a hole in your pants or something and you want to stitch it to fix it. It's almost like you wanted to remedy the situation because you didn't see that this will work out successfully. And so this was causing you a lot of anxious thoughts because you were weighing your options with this two of Swords as well. So a lot of indecision. It's like you wanted to push through and carry this idea to fruition, but on the other hand, you had a lot of negative thoughts and self-doubt about whether this will actually work out. So with this Ten of Swords, it's really about closing off the cycle because tens talk about the end of the cycle. So definitely what Spirit is saying here is that with this blessing, you are moving out of this period where you had all of these anxious thoughts. And with the Moon as well, it's like you stuck to your intuition. Like I said, with this Moon on the fulfillment card as well, this was an idea that was guided by emotions and what your own intuition and wisdom told you and what Spirit guided you to do. So you will be rewarded for choosing maybe the more difficult path, but a path that aligns more with you. And with the Nine of Wands, again, that idea of feeling anxious. And it's interesting, we also have this lady here with this shirt that has like cross stitches on it. So again, that idea of threads. Now, when I think about threads and needlework, it's like you were almost stitching your own life, you know. If you think about embroidery or something like that, it's like an artwork, and it also takes a lot of time and precision, and it's not something, once again, that's instant gratification. You really have to have an idea first, and then you have to execute it over a big amount of time, and only then can you enjoy the product that you are left with. So really, Spirit is just wanting to provide you with this blessing to show you that patience is always rewarded, and that's why we have the Temperance card here as well. Now this is Sagittarius energy, so you can even talk about like something like philosophical or like in terms of education. So like I mentioned, graduating, or it could be like postgraduate studies, or you're at some type of research project, but doesn't have to be. But definitely with this Emperor as well, it's like it will give you a higher status, almost, even if it's just in terms of having more self-confidence for being able to achieve this. So it doesn't have to mean that you have like a leadership role now, or that you will upgrade to a different position in your job. It's just being able to stand in your power. And I do think you will be in control of a few other people, because you do have this lady holding these strings with like people attached. So it could even just talk about people wanting to know your way, so how you were able to achieve this success. So maybe you will be mentoring other people on how to have their own business, or this can even talk about passing down some of your wisdom to your children one day, as I mentioned with that idea of family lineage and leaving something behind for your children. Now, what's interesting, as I said, this is the female emperor, so I think you will find a way of balancing your emotional and logical side with this business. So it's something that started from the heart, but you also had to use your logical mind. And I just noticed as well that this King of Swords is the female vision as well. So a lot of you could be people that identify as female, so maybe you are working in a more male-dominated field, and that's also why this will be such a big milestone for you to reach. Doesn't have to be, obviously, but I just get the idea that this is really like a big achievement for you guys. So it could just be that there were a lot of people that doubted your ability to make it in this realm. But once again, that idea of being unique. So you really had a different approach. This could even talk about having a more emotional approach in general, compared to other people in the field, and that's actually your strength in this regard. So maybe you chose not to only follow a logical path. You also took into consideration maybe your workers' emotions, or like if you were doing a study, you didn't just choose something that seemed like the best option. You really tuned in with your intuition and let that guide you, and see what is something that you feel passionate about. And because of that, the blessing will be so much bigger. And especially here, since we're ending with the Queen of Pentacles beneath the Temperance. So I really am sounding like a broken record, but your patience and your temperance will be rewarded with this Queen of Pentacles energy, which is really abundance. And I definitely think a lot of financial success is coming your way. And we do have like a family of rabbits on here, so once again that idea of family is coming through here. And maybe even being able to provide for some people in your surroundings. That could have been one of your worries, like how to provide for your children's school costs, or their like tuition fees or something like that. And I don't think you have to worry about this anymore in the future once this blessing comes your way. Now I just want to mention here with the Two of Cups, this is like soulmate energy, and it does remind me a lot of like the Lovers card as well, because it's like twins on here. So I think this could talk about either working with some people who are like part of your soul family when you're in this business or in this field or whatever. But I really just want to talk about the energy of the Two of Cups, which is, it's also like a very happy and fulfilling energy. So it's almost like this idea or project is your soulmate. It's really something that you can align with and that feels right. So that is something that you should always keep in mind. Spirit is saying that you should always choose the path that feels right, and not just is right according to other people. And that's why you will be rewarded. And I just saw we have the Eight of Wands here, so it can be quite swift, this blessing coming to fruition. I think it will be sooner than you guys think. Okay, so I'm just gonna put this here for now. Okay, so I'm just gonna end your reading with some last guidance from Spirit. So let's see, I'm gonna use the Moonology deck. I'm sorry you guys, I'm repeating a lot of decks in my videos, but I don't have that many. And I'm not very rich. So you just have to bear with me. But luckily Spirit is smart and they can provide you messages with just a few decks, even just one tarot deck. So let's see, for group number 1, please. What guidance can you give group number 1, please, Spirit? Okay, we have balance, spirituality, and practicality. Full moon in Pisces. Interesting. Oh, and I want to mention here, the moon is also like Pisces energy, and I also get Cancer. And then with the Emperor, this is Aries. Yes. Okay, so maybe that is significant for you guys. But with the full moon in Pisces here, it's interesting. It's also like these two fish, which reminds me of this Two of Cups. So I get a sense of duality here. It could be that in this next phase you will really find a balance between your spirituality and your practicality, like you had a balance between being logical and emotional, as I said here with the Emperor. And with the number 4 as well, it's really talking about stability and linking with the security card. So I think what Spirit is saying is that even though you will be moving into a more balanced phase, it's still something that you have to actually focus on specifically. So maybe grounding yourself a bit, especially if like the work stress or the educational stress will become a bit much. I think you should really remember to make use of the tools that you have. So like meditating or going on walks or taking a long bath, anything like that that you find calms you and that really brings you back to your reality. And I think that's also something that you should use your intuition for. So if your gut is telling you that you should be taking a bit of a break, then listen to that feeling, and then you will find that you will be able to come back stronger once you have taken a step back just to recuperate. So let's get one more here, please, Spirit. Okay, we have your hard work is paying off, new moon in Capricorn. Definitely. So a lot of fresh energy coming your way. We have like this full moon and then the new moon, so it's interesting. It's like you're in this stage right now where emotions are really at a peak and you are really feeling the stress, but in just a bit, like I said with the Eight of Wands, it's going to be quite swift. In just a bit of time, you will find that you're going into this new energy, this new phase where your hard work will really be paying off and you will be receiving this blessing, which I definitely sense is in terms of financial compensation, or at least some type of milestone, some big milestone that you will be reaching. So it's not like a small thing, because as we mentioned throughout, this is something that you've been working on for a very long time. So it's well deserved. It's not something that you should feel just fell into your lap, because you definitely put in a lot of hard work for this. Okay, so let's just end with one last card here from the Work Your Light oracle. So Spirit for group number 1, please. One last card of guidance, if you may. Okay, that just jumped out. We have Starseed, what lights you up? Interesting. So, as I said, Spirit is really saying you guys chose to follow a path that is in alignment with you, rather than what would make other people happy. And this is part of the big reason why you are receiving this blessing, for choosing the more difficult road. So I think about that book, The Road Less Traveled. So it's really about your own unique path and something that maybe you received critique along the way. So there could have been a lot of people around you that had negative opinions about this road that you're choosing. But now you were able to withstand all of this negativity around you, and that's why you are able to receive this blessing. And maybe some of those people that had negative opinions won't be receiving such big blessings from Spirit, but I think that's really just a lesson for all of us as well, for me as well. I mean, I'm also in research and sometimes you can get so negative, so you just have to remember what your end goal is, and remember that Spirit is always there for you, and Spirit is reminding you guys that you can also call on them for help, for like your angels and people. So really tune in to Spirit and the universe and ask them for guidance if you feel a bit lost. But all in all, obviously you guys are on the right path already and you are on your way to this blessing. I think it's just Spirit saying you don't have to be anxious, because everything is already falling into place. Okay, group number 1, I'm gonna leave your reading there. I really hope it resonated. So obviously it's not just like a business scenario. You can mend this message according to your situation. But yeah, I'm really happy for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed this blessing. And then I hope you have a lovely day. If you want to support me and my channel, you can give this video a like and subscribe. Obviously it's not necessary, and then I will see you guys in the next video soon. Bye. Hello and welcome all my lovely people who picked pile number 2. So you guys chose this middle butterfly. It's like whitish, greyish with this yellow and red and green. But anyway, so today we are asking Spirit what blessing is coming your way next. So we'll see what wants to come through. I'm going to start off some oracle cards to get a general idea of what this blessing is talking about. And then we'll jump into tarot to get some more information. So let's begin. I'm going to use the Sacred Destiny Oracle for this. So Spirit, for pile number 2, please, can we get an idea of what this blessing is that is coming their way? Okay, that is too many. Just going to take like 1 or 2 cards. Okay, we have 2. We have Courage. Interesting. It's quite a nice colored image on here. It's like a sea. It's like waves crashing against some rocks. Maybe you guys live near the coast, some of you. And we also have flexibility. Interesting, the combination. I actually want to get one more card. So let's see, Spirit, one more card for part number 2. Okay, we have inner peace. This makes me think of Pisces. Maybe some of you guys have Pisces placements, and we have the tiger on here. Maybe that is a sign for you guys. And there is, I think it's like water lilies on here. Maybe that is another sign for you. Okay, let's see here. Well, let's start with the obvious. So, in this next phase in your life, you are going to experience a lot more peace, inner peace in your life. So I think you're going to be a lot more balanced in terms of your emotions. So maybe you're someone that experiences quite a bit of like ups and downs, maybe like a roller coaster effect. And I think you're moving into a very peaceful energy. So it could be that there was some external circumstances causing you guys stress. And I think what you are going to do next, that is part of this blessing, is that you are going to be courageous enough to step out of this circumstance. So there's a lot of possibilities here. For some of you guys, it could be a negative relationship, like romantic relationship, or even like a friendship, like a group of friends that you have noticed are really not influencing you in a positive way, maybe really affecting your emotional state. So when I think about this courage card, as I said, there's like these waves crashing against a rock. So it could have felt that you were constantly met with like these waves of negativity from these people. I even think of family, so it could even be people that you are related to. And I think Spirit is giving you the chance to remove yourself from this situation. So it could just be Spirit giving you like a shove in terms of actually having the courage. But it could also talk about like having an opportunity where you can maybe move away from home. So for example, you get the chance to study abroad, or you get a job opportunity that is far from where you are currently staying, or even just like an opportunity at a different company. So this can even talk about like co-workers that have a negative influence on you. Now with the flexibility card, you are going to have to be adaptable in this new phase. So there could be a lot of changes that come along with this. Now it could be like having to adapt to different people, or like a different workplace. So Spirit is really encouraging you guys to like go with the motion and just almost ride the wave of this new phase in your life. Because I think even though you might be a bit scared for this change, it really is like a blessing in disguise. It might not seem like a blessing, but obviously we are doing a blessing reading, so it is. But definitely you will feel a lot calmer after you have made this change and shifted into this new phase in your life. Now, with the flexibility card, I always think of like travel with this, because it reminds me of Japan for some reason. Because I do think this is like some type of a bamboo type of plant on here. So I think for a lot of you, this will mean moving to a different location. Even moving to the coast if you aren't currently living there. Because you do also have water on here as well. And interesting, this card also makes me think of Japan. So maybe there are a lot of you guys that will be traveling to the east. That's just like a side note, maybe some extra confirmation for you. Now with the fish, I just thought of that metaphor or idiom, like a fish out of water. So I really get a stronger sense that you guys were or are struggling in this current situation. And you might still be struggling a bit after making this change. It might feel like you're not really fitting in, but I think that's a temporary phase that you will go through. And that's why you'll need this flexibility to almost mold yourself to fit in the circumstances. It can even be that you are so used to putting up a front with the people that you're currently in contact with, that it feels strange to be in a situation where that isn't necessary. And it's almost like you have to test the water first to see if you can be your true self. But you will find that you can actually be like your your unique self, and you don't have to put up this mask or persona all of the time. And you won't be met with this criticism that maybe you are used to. And with this water lily as well, it's really like you will finally find a place where you will be able to bloom. So obviously water lilies need to grow in water. So it's not like a flower that you can put in a normal flower bed and it will blossom. So it's really talking about having the right circumstances. I don't know if this idiom is in English as well, but it's, you know, people talk about you have to bloom where you are planted, but that's like BS. It's not true. You really need to have circumstances that are right for you to be able to live up to your full potential. And I think this is also something that you guys will realize as well, or maybe you have even realized it already. And that's part of the reason why you will have the courage to step into this new phase and to remove yourself from the current circumstance. So I want to get some more information about what this is exactly. So Spirit, for pile number two, sorry, pile number two, please, can we get some more information about this? I'm just gonna put this here so we have some more space. Okay, that jumped out. We have King of Swords, and I'm not taking reversals today. Okay, and again, he has like, okay, please don't cancel me, guys. I don't know if this is like a kimono but it seems like Japanese clothing. So with the sword as well, definitely for some of you guys, you are going to the east. If that's not the correct attire, you can correct me in the comments. I'm sorry, I'm not like knowledgeable in terms of that field. Okay, and sorry, I'm interrupting myself here, but it can even talk about like some of you guys might be in a fashion career, and that could be quite negative as well. So that's just a side note maybe. Okay, let's see here. Spirit for group number 2, please. We have the Four of Wands. That's a nice card. We also have the Tower. Okay. Let's see. One more, please. Okay, that's 2. We have the Two of Wands. I'm actually not going to take this one. Let's get some clarifiers. We have 8 of Cups. Interesting. Definitely moving into a new phase. Let's get some more here. We have Queen of Swords. So we have the King and the Queen of Swords. Air energy is quite significant. So Libra, Aquarius, and Gemini. Let's get for the Tower. We have the Devil, Capricorn energy. Interesting, we have the Ladybug like outfit here, and then this almost makes me think of it also with this red here. So the Hermit, Virgo energy. Okay, and back of the deck is the King of Wands. So we have quite a lot of like red, it seems to me, and red I almost associate with alarm. So it's like that idea of danger. So I definitely get the sense that if you don't choose to make this change by yourself, Spirit will almost force you, because it's like your current situation is dangerous to you guys. It could even be dangerous to your health. I actually associate the flexibility card with health as well. So maybe in this new phase you will see that a lot of your health problems will subside as well, because you are not experiencing that extreme stress that you were in. So with the King of Swords, I definitely get the sense that you will cutting off a lot of people. You know, with the 8 of Cups, it's about walking away. And what I find interesting is that in this 8 of Cups, we have a lot of doubles here. So double swan, double like a parrot or a bird, double dragonfly, double butterfly. So it's almost like, I think of a mirrored image, or like double life actually. So it's like you were leading a double life here. As I mentioned, putting up a mask or a persona where you felt you needed to be a different kind of person to fit in where you were. And now you are going to be in a scenario that is completely different, and where you can really be your true self. And with this ladybug, you know, some ladybugs are poisonous, as they can, yeah, if they like bite you or something, it can cause an infection, I think. But it's like these people were poisonous to you. They were like infecting your life. And, you know, the ladybug also has these colors to ward off something that wants to eat them, because they are like brightly colored. So it's to scare the other insects. So I think you almost wanted to shield yourself from these people, but you were doing it in a way that was hurting you by putting up this mask. So really you weren't actually keeping yourself safe, because you were playing right into their hand. You were playing according to their rules. And so Spirit is helping you to remove yourself from this situation. And with the Four of Wands, it's about a gateway. It's about moving into a new phase. And it's an energy of celebration, and even about happy family sometimes. And we have these two dancing on the roof of this house. So I really feel like you will feel a lot more joyous and a lot more lively once you are in this different situation. And once again, this almost like a mirrored image. So it's like, in some ways, this situation will be exactly the same as the one you're used to. But in other ways it will be completely different. So the things that you liked about your current circumstance will still be there, but these people that negatively influence you will be removed. So maybe you had like a job that you really liked, but your co-workers really irritated you. So you will get a different job that is still something that you really love, but the people that you work with are completely different. So anything like that. And with the Queen of Swords here, she's looking here in the distance. So it's like you were sitting on your own and looking towards this future, wondering if you will ever be able to have this happy future, this happy energy of the Four of Wands. And interesting, we have a lot of birds on here, and they almost sit like in these little, I don't know if it's like, it's not cages, but like little spaces in this big balloon thing. So I think of birds of a feather. So the other people in your surroundings were like this in-group, you know, clicking together and really, I think of birds as like gossiping almost. So it's really like they talked behind each other's backs, and maybe they bonded over gossip, but you wanted your own group. And you wanted to be like these other birds, being able to fly away and move into this new situation. And with this next blessing, you are able to do that as well. So it's great. But we do have the Tower energy here. So in some ways, you will want to hold on to your current circumstances, because it's something that you're used to. It feels safe in a way, even though it's not good for you and good for your health. So I think that's also why Spirit is saying you're going to need this flexibility to be able to adapt to the new circumstances. And at first it might feel like things are crumbling. And with this Devil card, it's almost like, I think of an addiction. So you might be addicted to this negative energy. I've read a lot about psychology, and, you know, sometimes we we like to stay in like a negative circumstance because it almost gives you not a sense of fulfillment. It's like a feeling of righteousness. It almost feels like the pain gives you a reason to complain. I don't know if this makes sense, but it's like some people are addicted to feeling bad. That almost gives them like a high, or it gives them a sense of being better than other people, because they are able to endure this suffering, but in reality they hold the power to remove themselves from this negative situation. So what I'm really getting here is that maybe you have been extending this period of difficulty for yourself, partly out of fear of going into a different direction, but also partly because in a sense, you not liked, but you did get some type of like a satisfaction almost from from suffering. That sounds very strange. I hope this makes sense to you guys. It's just like, you know, people who are real addicts, they know that maybe using drugs or whatever is bad for them, but still they cannot just let it go. So it's almost like that idea. Anyway, with the Two of Wands, let's move on. With the Two of Wands, this is about planning for the future, and we have this big earth here as well. So you were really feeling all on your own here, sitting on this rooftop and wondering about what is out there for you, what happiness lies ahead. And with the Hermit, it can even talk about isolation. So even if you were in crowds, it felt like you were all on your own and like you were isolated. And really, like this girl sitting here on your little tower here. And I do get the idea that for some of you guys, you could have even self-isolated. So maybe when things got too much, you didn't have someone to talk to. And so you chose to close yourself off. Especially if there's negative people are like family members. So it could be that you have to live with your parents. And so you chose to shut yourself in your room and deal with these thoughts and negativity on your own. Or maybe like if people were gossiping about you, you didn't have someone to actually talk to, because maybe even your friends were part of this group that talked about you behind your back. But with this King of Wands, that is really, for me, talking about this courageous energy as well. So Spirit will be helping you guys to remove yourself from the situation. And I just saw we have the Six of Swords here, which is all about moving into a more positive environment. And I find it interesting that this girl has like this big anchor here as well. So it's like you will feel anchored in this new phase, and that's that inner peace energy that we saw. So really a lot more calm than you are used to. And it's interesting, I just noticed we have like the star here as well, and I think about the three wise men that followed the stars and that were like guided by the universe, if I can say it like that. So it's like Spirit is guiding you guys. And I also think of the star card, so it's like a wish coming true. As I said here with the Two of Wands, you were wondering what was out there for you guys. So Spirit is helping you to be courageous enough to step into this new energy, an energy that you deserve, and maybe even connections that you deserve. So people that will stand by you and that won't have this negative influence in your life. So Spirit, can we get some guidance for pile number 2, please, before we close off this reading? Okay, we have look at the bigger picture, full moon in Sagittarius. And we have this big arrow on here as well. So you have to set your sights on the target. So what is it that you want to have? And Spirit will help you go through this gateway. So if you want to have certain types of friends, I think Spirit is saying for you guys, you should almost script what you want to manifest into your life. And the blessing will be that this is what will come true. So you should maybe say what exactly you want in your career, or what exactly do you want in your family, what exactly do you want in terms of your social circle, and then Spirit will help you to receive those blessings. So let's get one more here. We have faith in your dreams, a waxing crescent moon. So again, I think for you guys, you might be very good at manifesting, and it could even be that by thinking negatively, you almost manifested this negative circumstance, or you manifested staying in this negative circumstance. So I think what Spirit is trying to say to you guys is that now it's time for you to really shift your focus and start by noting down what is it that you truly want and truly desire, And this really is what this Two of Wands is also talking about. So planning for your future and what type of energy you want in your future. And then being courageous enough to ask for that. Because often, Spirit is saying like people, they almost hold themselves back from receiving blessings because they don't think they deserve it. So really you guys have to take the time to note down exactly what it is that you want. And then you will see how this starts to manifest into your life. So let's just end this reading with one last card here. Spirit for group number 2, please. One last card. Okay, we have Anna, grandmother of Jesus, seeding the light, laying foundations, divine plan. Okay. So this blessing is part of your future. It's like part of your life's destiny to move into this different energy. And I think this also gives me a sense of being protected. If I think about like a mother, mothers are supposed to be protective about their children, wanting to shield them from life's burdens. And it's interesting that we have grandmother of Jesus, because I was talking about the wise men and the star. So I think about Jesus being born and, a baby. It's fresh energy, it's potential, it's really starting new. So I think that's what's lying ahead for you guys. It's almost like you get a fresh start, a second chance at life, and at a life that really is something that you want. So pile number 2, I'm going to leave your reading here. I really hope it resonated. So I think you guys can look forward to having a lot more positivity in this next phase. But Spirit will definitely be giving you a bit of a shove to be courageous enough to actually take this opportunity. So yeah, just know that you guys totally deserve this. You don't have to feel guilty. Spirit is really emphasizing that today. But I hope that you guys will enjoy this. If you want to support me and my channel, you can give this video a like and subscribe. It's not necessary, obviously. But then I hope you guys have a lovely day, and I will see you in the next video soon. Bye. Hello and welcome everyone who picked group number 3. So you guys chose the last butterfly, this little pink one. It almost looks like group number 1's butterfly, so maybe you have messages there as well. But let's not jump ahead. So today we are asking Spirit, what big blessing is coming your way? So I'm going to start with some oracle cards just to get an idea of what this blessing is, and then we'll jump into tarot to get some more information. Alright, so I'm just going to put this here for now. Okay, so let's start with the Sacred Destiny Oracle. So Spirit for group number 3, please. What big blessing is coming their way? Can you please tell us what this is about? Okay, we have opportunity. Interesting. That's nice. Okay, we have illumination and we have patience. Right. And I think of the Temperance card, so that is Sagittarius energy. And I just saw we have the card Love here at the back of the deck. So, okay, let's begin. So, obviously, there's an opportunity coming your way. Now, this will depend on your situation, but I think of like a veil being lifted with this illumination card. So it was something that was kept secret from you. There's definitely a sense of secrecy about this, and it's a blessing because it's something that you don't expect to come your way. So with the Patience card, you might have been working on something, or you might have felt that your life is at a standstill. It's not moving forward quickly enough. And so Spirit is now unveiling this next big opportunity that is coming your way, where maybe you can showcase your talent, or you have like the chance to travel, or you can get a new relationship. This will really depend on the situation, but it's something that you don't expect to happen. So it's definitely like divine timing at play here, especially with Patience as well. And it's interesting, this crescent moon here is like its eyes are closed. So it's definitely not something that you see coming. It's almost, maybe for some of you, It could be something that you dream about just before it happens. So it will be illuminated in your dreams. Because it's like a bit of a faded image on here. So I think about like in a dream state, everything seems a bit unclear. So that might just be like a hint for you in terms of what is coming. But Spirit is really secretive about this. They don't want to, your Spirit doesn't want to give everything away, because I think they want to surprise you. And it's definitely like something well deserved, because you were quite patient for a very long time. And it is interesting, in group number 1 we did have this message of patience being rewarded. So maybe there are some messages for you guys there as well. You can check it out if you want. Now, I don't want to get too much into the details here, because I want to get some tarot to get more information. But with love, for a lot of you, it could be talking about a relationship or like an opportunity to meet new people. But this won't be for everyone. But it could be. So with this love card, it's a wild rose, and it talks about an unbridled love. So something that is not contained. It's not according to certain rules. It's much more a freer type of love. So it can even be an opportunity to do something that you truly love and feel passionate about, if it's not talking about a relationship. So this can be like a creative endeavor, or like maybe you had a dream of directing a movie, and suddenly you get this opportunity to intern at some famous guy's work, and you can watch everything that they do, and maybe they give you a chance to like help direct a piece of the film. Anything like that. But it's definitely unexpected, and it's something that you will feel very passionate and emotional about. So I want to get tarot now, because I want a lot more information about what this is. Because once again, Spirit is being a bit secretive here. So let's see. I'm just gonna put this here for now, so we have some more space. Okay. Spirit, for group number 3, please. What is this blessing? Can you please give us more information? Okay, we have the Empress. That's very nice. We have Taurus energy. Let's get some more. For some of you, we have like a baby on here. So for some of you, it could talk about starting a family, because this image also makes me think of like the stork that delivers babies. But obviously it won't resonate for everyone. But maybe that is something that is in the cards for you. Now let's get some more here, please. Spirit, for group number 3. Okay. Okay, we have Queen of Wands. So definitely for a lot of you, it can talk about a creative project. We also have the Ten of Pentacles, and it might bring you like a lot of wealth in the long term. And with the the Queen of Wands, you will really be showcasing your uniqueness as well. There's a lot of synchronicities with group number 1. And I think about, we have the peacock feathers here on her like dress. So it's a bit of a showy energy. I get Leo energy here with the sunflower as well, but something where you will be able to shine. So I really think for a lot of you guys, this is talking about some type of creative opportunity. So maybe, if I can use an example, you are like a model and you get the chance to walk for a certain type of designer. Or a different scenario would be able to collaborate with someone where your artwork will be showcased on a much bigger platform. Anything like that, where you will be really standing in your power and shining your talents, really showcasing yourself. We have a lot of flowers here. We have the sunflower with like roses here. We have, I don't know what type of flower this is, but really that idea of blossoming. And there's a lot of, it's like moths, I think. And you know, a moth to a flame, it's like people will be drawn to you. You will be on a stage, and everyone will be watching you and really enjoying your talents. It's what's coming through. So let's get one more here before I clarify. Okay, we have 7 of Wands. There might be some jealous energy surrounding you, and this when this next blessing comes your way. So It could be talking about people that are in the same field as you, that feel like they also deserve this opportunity. But I think you guys, it will be well deserved, so you don't have to worry about any negativity. And it's interesting, this guy has like this tattoo love here, and we did have the love card. It's almost like you will be showered with love, and people will be fighting for your attention as well. If this is talking about a romantic situation, this person will also be drawn to you like a moth to a flame, and it's like they might feel there's a lot of other suitors for you, and they would really have to almost break out of their cage to come towards you. And with this Ten of Pentacles, it makes me think of like having your target on something, and there's like this family in here as well. So a lot of these people or romantic opportunities will be seeing a future with you guys, and this links in with the Empress as well. So we have these two scenarios. It's either talking about you showcasing your creative talents, or it's talking about this romantic situation, but it could even be both. So someone seeing you flourishing in a creative sense and really seeing your potential and seeing how unique you are and wanting to pursue something romantic with you. Okay, so let's get some clarifiers here for the Empress, please, Spirit. Okay, we have Nine of Swords. Interesting. And we do have a lot of eyes here, so I think even though this is a blessing, you will be feeling a bit anxious when all of these people are paying attention to you. So it could be that you aren't used to stepping into the limelight and having all of this attention directed towards you. But obviously Spirit will be there for you guys, so you don't have to worry. We also have the Two of Cups. So definitely for a lot of you guys, it's a soulmate coming in as well. But if it's the creative thing, it's also something that sets your soul on fire. So it's really something where you can let your inner light shine and where you can light up other people's worlds. So I even think for some of you guys, you could be comedians, or maybe you, like I said, make art or something, and it will really bring joy to people's world. Let's get some more here. And with the Ten of Pentacles, it talks about family life, often like fulfillment in type of family life. And I think you could become like a family name if you're in the creative world. So once again, that idea of like a designer or something. Let's get, okay, we have Knight of Pentacles. So we had the Patience card here. So you guys were definitely feeling like you were moving too slow in life. Even if it's like this romantic scenario, you might have felt that at a certain age you should have been in a serious committed relationship, or you should have been engaged or married or had children or anything like that. But Spirit is saying that you weren't behind in life. They were preparing you for this blessing coming your way. So I think you had other things to focus on, and it could be that you poured all of your energy into working on your talents, and that's why you will be presented with this opportunity where you can show all of the work that you put in. And you might be feeling a bit on edge as well, because you haven't had an opportunity like this previously. Like I said, you're not used to the attention. And it might even be that you have a warped sense of self, so maybe you don't realize how talented you are, but the other people will be able to see it. Okay, let's get one last card here, please. Okay, oh, that's nice. We have the Four of Wands. So this is really a celebratory energy. It's also about like happy family life, and it can even talk about divine counterparts if you subscribe to that idea. So definitely also a struggle on your side in terms of moving through this stagnant period where you felt things were moving too slowly. So in your group, like I said, it links with group number 1. It's that idea of patience being rewarded. And it's interesting for me as well, this horse on here is like, it's a lot of leaves. So I get that sense of growing something again. And I did mention all of the flowers here, so you guys will be blossoming in this new phase in your life. We even have the flowers here in the Two of Cups. Now, with the romantic scenario, these two flowers are like entangled. So it could be that maybe you and this person had to work on your lives separately before you were ready to come into union, or before you were both ready to actually have a relationship with each other and to experience this Four of Wands. And the Nine of Swords, if it's in the romantic sense, it can even talk about an anxiety about messing up this relationship, but obviously we are talking about a blessing here, so Spirit is just saying you don't have to be anxious about that, because you will have this soulmate energy here. And it can even be, it doesn't have to be romantic, that's just for some of you guys. If you are single right now, you will know if it resonates, but it can even talk about like your soul family, like people you resonate with and that feel almost like exactly like you. We have like these twins on here, so like two peas in a pod, if I can say it like that. Okay, and then the back of the deck is the Knight of Wands, and this person is like jumping through this fiery hoop, and it makes me think of a circus. So again, that idea of being on show. Definitely a lot of eyes will be on you guys in this next phase, and I almost feel like this illumination talks about you guys being illuminated. It's like you are the thing that's being unveiled to the public. So for example, another example, I'm using a lot of examples today. You could have started an Instagram page and then suddenly something happens, someone shares a post, and the traffic to your page increases significantly, and suddenly people are aware of everything that you do online, and they start sharing and liking and whatever, and you have to deal with all of this attention. And for some of you, even like I said, through your creative talents, you will be meeting this person as well. So maybe someone sees you online and they send you a DM or something like that. And with this Knight of Wands as well, it's really like they will be jumping through hoops for you. As I said here with the Seven of Wands, there could be a lot of suitors, so a lot of people fighting for your attention, and you will be the one that is able to decide who you want to let into your life and who you want to share your energy with. Okay, so it's pretty obvious for you guys what is happening, but it's very nice energy. And I just noticed this lady does have a ring on her ring finger. We wear the engagement ring or wedding ring on our left hand in South Africa, and I think in Europe as well. I'm not sure, some countries do. But so for some of you guys, this could lead to engagement and like a family with this Empress as well. But when I think about engagement, I also think of engagement in terms of social media. So again, that idea of people wanting to collaborate with you and really showering you with a lot of attention, and maybe even later on financial compensation for your talents. And I think this is something that you will grow, like this creative pursuit, that you will grow into something that will provide for your family in the future as well. And you know, these rings on here, it's like I don't know what the English word is, but like year rings. It talks about how old a tree is. When you cut it down, you can see how many years it was growing. So that idea of patience as well, it's something that you were growing for a long time, and you were really working on yourself and your skills for a long time. And now it's finally time for you guys to step into the light. So Spirit is giving you this opportunity now, because they feel that you're ready to step into this spotlight, really, where all of these people will look up to you. So let's just end your reading here with some guidance. So let's get one or two cards. Okay, that's too many. Let's take these two. We have the energy is gaining momentum, definitely. Waxing moon. And we also have a fiery climax approaches. Okay. So definitely from the moment that you're watching this video, it's timeless, obviously, but when you're watching it, I think from now on it will really speed up this process. So it could be coming in quite swiftly. as I said, you might dream about this, not necessarily though, but it might just even be like a dream for you. So it will be very, very soon after you watch this video. And with a fiery climax approaches, I do think it could be quite an emotional time for you as well. And with Aries, it's obviously the first sign in the zodiac, so I think you guys will be like the first. If I think about like a marathon or something, you will be winning in this new phase, this new blessing in your life. And Aries can also be quite unique. I think of the inner child as well, so a playful energy, a very joyous energy. And once again, for some of you, it could talk about being like a comedian or something, maybe a bit of a blunt or sarcastic humor. Maybe if you are a writer, you have a unique style that you write in, but anything like that. And if it's in terms of this romantic partner, I think this also talks about like quite a lot of attraction between the both of you, and their relationship could be moving quite swiftly. So it could even be that in terms of this person, things were at a standstill for a long time, and then suddenly the energy starts gaining momentum and they start to make moves towards you, and quite soon you will be reaching this fiery energy. Okay, so I just saw we have Believe in the Impossible at the back of the deck, Blue Moon. So, you know, once in a blue moon, this is really a once in a lifetime opportunity that is coming your way. Spirit is really encouraging you to go full out and enjoy this opportunity that you will be receiving for your next blessing. So let's get one last card here. Spirit, for group number 3, please. One last card. Okay, that is 2, but it's okay. We have the Crumbling. What are you clinging to? So this links in with this Nine of Swords energy for me. If you have a warped sense of yourself, you really have to let that go. And it's again this idea of a gateway. So you are moving into a new phase. You are stepping into the light. You are really letting it shine on you, and you should enjoy this experience and not feel guilty about that. We also have Trust Your Path. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? And also like a gateway here. So definitely you guys are meant to shine in some way, and you shouldn't shy away from this opportunity due to maybe some self-doubt or anxiety. It's meant for you. So it's meant for you, so please take it. And we also have Birthing a New Age, birthing new creations, dreaming a new world into being. So for those of you that are doing this creative pursuit, you're really bringing something new to the table, and you are bringing new energy into your life as well. And if it's like this romantic thing, it can even talk about this family that you will be starting with this person, you know, actual births. But okay, group number 3, that is what I see for you guys. I really hope it resonated. If it did, you can let me know in the comments down below. And if you want to support me and my channel, you can give this video a like and subscribe to my channel. And I hope you guys have a lovely day. Please enjoy being in the spotlight, or enjoy this romantic partner. And then I will see you guys in the next video soon. Bye.